I don't know what we're waiting for. Let's get the show rolling. How's it going, Captain, Gosu, Cheech, Rise, Gumbo, Hubs? Dropping a link to Gosu's YouTube channel in here as well. If you're not already subscribed, head on over there. He is a man with lots of wisdom. Or woman with lots of wisdom. I don't quite know what gender you are, to be honest. So we're just gonna, I finished up a great interview with another guy that's coming to the kingdom. Finished up a little bit early, so we decided to go early with the live stream. So this was originally scheduled for 21:45 UTC, so we're just gonna watch some 960, 1093 KVK action until we get to that 21:45 time frame. And then we got some new armaments chests to open. Sexy. What's up, Sasha? Sasha 612. Okay, that is Sasha. Okay, good. My eyes are not deceiving me. I'm a dude, but I choose gender depending upon my mood. Oh, man. So not much has changed in this KVK since we last watched. 1093 has both passes. It's like the majority of the action was on that southern pass at the moment. I do not see 16 or 1605, 1905, 1605. Smash Squad, I do not see them pushing back in at all at this time. I really don't think a whole hell of a lot's going to change here until Kingsland, right? Mad Mania, what's going on? Dirty Dan is in the house as well. What's going on, Dan? Oh, A beat me to it. My goodness. A knows I would probably forget it. Is it exclamation point Dan? Is it exclamation point Dirty Dan? Or is it exclamation point Dirty? What's up, Prawn? Today, what do we do today? Today, that new event popped up, right? So we have got Mr. Gajamada at 3111, level 60. We're not putting gold universals into him, but we are going to finish this event and get just as many as we can possibly get for basically free, right? Level 11 we're currently working on. Used all my AP on barbs this morning, and Karak ceremony starts at reset, so shout out from 1979. Shout out to 1979. I was born in 1970. I was 9 years old in 1979. There was a huge snowstorm in Wisconsin in 1979. More snow than taller than me at that point in time in my life. What's up, Lefty? Dropping a link to Lefty in here. If you're not subscribed to Lefty, he was just barely under 400 or 500 subscribers yesterday when I was watching his stream. Let's get him to 500 and then push him beyond that. He is streaming almost every single night. You were born in 1979? Okay. I'm doing well. Had a highly productive day at work today. Got a ton of meetings tomorrow, so I'm going to need to get some sleep tonight. So we're probably not streaming again later. Going to bed early. That's something you never hear about in my hometown, the great snowstorm of New Orleans. No, but I'd rather deal with the big snowstorm than a Katrina-like event, right? Lambo, you're my dad's age. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I don't know how old you are, Rock Gosu, but my oldest son is, 26? He turned 26 in August. My youngest son turned 20 in December. And I have a daughter that will be 25 in June. Almost double my age. Well, if you actually do like smoked turkey, you understand then that things get better with age. No, please don't call me Daddy. I'd rather be called Grandpa than Daddy. No real update here at the present time. Nothing's changed in the past couple of days. 1093 holds both level 7 passes. This is the only one that there's any fighting at. So I think they're all just kind of fighting to have some fun and pass the time until Kingsland opens, when we're going to see the big time fights. So no real update in the game itself. No, I haven't checked Facebook today to see what the latest drama is. As Rise of Kingdoms turns, 1960, 1093, 2605, drama-filled KVK. So, yeah, they're just having fun. What's El Cid doing farming? Hey, he's a meta farmer. You didn't know that? El Cid, and I think I got, City Keeper down here farming too? Which reminds me, I have one space. I can send another farmer out. We're farming away. Trying to get as many of those what are they? The crowns as I possibly can through farming. That's less barbing I have to do. Trying to save AP for Karak ceremony tonight. Those 12 gold heads will be very nice. What's up, Majid? Sakar? Henry? There's no drama? We love each other? That's good to know. Make love, not war. Could have swore I subscribed last time I was here. Hey, if you didn't, you are now. The reason I know you are now is because you're typing in chat, right? And there's the notification. Thank you, Cliff. Hub says he's old enough to be my dad. I don't think that's the case, Hubs, but hey. We'll go with it. Grandpa Hubsy's in the chat. Activate translation. I do not know how to do that. Customization, analytics, details. Let me show more here. Yeah, I do apologize, but I will have to do some research on that, and at some point in time figure out how to update that. I do not stream on Twitch, no sir. Is that even possible? I don't know, Smoked Turkey. I'll have to figure it out. Just speak multiple languages then? Hola, me llamo Lambo. No comprendo mucho español. Zhao ni hao ma. That's about all I know in Chinese. Well, I can yi er san su u liu qi ba jiu shi shi shi. I can count, but that's all I remember. That's all I remember. I was so drunk and stoned during high school. I that's all I remember. And besides, high school was in the 1980s, right? WoW? No, I never played World of Warcraft. So some of the games that I played before this, right? I think I started playing on a Commodore 64 way back in the 80s. That's when we had 300 baud modems and dialed in to different bulletin board services to talk with people. There was no online gaming with the Commodore 64. I enjoyed playing Summer Olympics, most of the EA titles, Spy vs. Spy. The first games I started playing multiplayer were Activision Soldier of Fortune, Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3, Crimson Skies on the PC. There was one point I was ranked number 6 in the world. Got into Medal of Honor, America's Army, Call of Duty. Ran a... Back then we called it clans. Ran a clan for America's Army. We were, I think it was 9th in the world in the close quarters combat maps. You know, this was all before E-League and paid sponsorships and YouTube and streaming and that type of stuff, right? So we had some fun. Battlefield 2, played a hell of a lot of Battlefield 2. You know, after that, I started having kids, and life priorities took over. Didn't have as much money to invest in staying up with the latest and greatest PC stuff. Once I got an Android tablet, I played Clash of Clans for a good 4 years, and then one day I found this game. What was it? What day exactly? Right, January. If I remember correctly, it was like 5:21 a.m. on January, 13th? Yep, January 13th, 2019 at 5:24. I was off by 3 minutes. 5:24 a.m. I started playing this game. You know, I thought it was fun. I'm like, hey, man, you can grow your city really quickly. These upgrades do not take long at all. Yeah. Then you get to T5, and it's like 180 days, right? But when I started Ocho Cerveza, por favor. Sí, señor. When I started playing this game, I thought, hey, this is kind of like Clash of Clans. If I want resources, I just go attack this person's city. Mistake. Mistake. Scout him. Ooh, this guy's got a ton of resources. I'm sending T1s into like a T4 player's city. Why am I not getting resources for this? Why are all my troops dying? I figured it out, though. I figured it out. Yep, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Sega 32X. Yeah, I had them all when I was younger. Then you add your credit card. Amen to that. Amen to that. I mean, I had no idea how to play this game when I first started, right? I'm looking at Cleopatra was one of the first legendary commanders I got. And I'm looking at Cleopatra going, ooh, look at this. She heals. She does healing. So what did I do? I'm wanting to upgrade her star level. So I'm dumping Charles Martel heads into Cleopatra just to upgrade her star level. Mistake. But you can recover. You can recover. I'm proof of that. I have not opened Armaments yet. I will open Armaments at 21:45 UTC. That's when I had the stream originally scheduled for. So we're going to wait till then to anyone who was planning to come and watch. And, get some more people in here, hang out, chat for a bit, watch this KVK for a little while. Do what we got to do, have some fun. Not Captain Stinkfist, but Gumbo is going to send us some feet pics here soon. More than gems on Saturday? Well, sucks to be me then. What's up, Chelsea? Long time no see. Wedge or Archer? I don't know. Is that circle formation even good for anything? Is that other formation even good for anything? Let's find a commander that doesn't have a formation on them. What do they even call it? To studio? 5% less damage when they have a shield. All healing is increased by 2.5%, and this one is all healing is 5%. I mean, I think circle might be good for barb chaining, right? I mean, the circle's only good for garrison if you've got a commander that heals in the garrison, but 5% healing, I don't know if that's going to really do much for a garrison. 5% less damage when you have a shield, but you got to have a commander then that's popping a shield, right? A Scipio or an Alex or Martel. So the armaments bundle is where are we here? So you now get different armaments, right? The old armament chests had a little red dot in the middle. The new ones have a little blue dot in the middle. So that's the cosmetic change, right? These will give you the new formations as well. You have a chance then when you open a number of these to get a legendary or get a epic inscription. Rare inscription is what I think they're calling it. If we look at the city, this is what I'm not happy about. So, well, I shouldn't say not happy. I'm happy that it's there, but I wish it was different. Right? If we look in here, you can't buy the retransmutation stone, right? So if I've got an armament, like I do on Zhu Liang, like this here, I have 0 transmutations left. I don't want infantry march speed on here. But I do not have one of these reset crystals, and the only place you can get it is in Lost Kingdom. So, iconic crystals, transmutation crystals, the only place you can get those is Lost Kingdom. So I think they're trying to force people to go into more and more into KVKs more and more often. You know, the sad part is I'm still in KVK for 16 days and 2 hours. And then there's 3 days until you actually come out of KVK. And then there's minimum 2 weeks until you register again. We're bringing in 17 migrants, so we're going to skip 1, maybe 2 pops, maybe 3 pops, depending. So the soonest I'm going to be able to do any more transmuting of those armaments that I've already done transmutations on is probably mid-April sometime. You know, I mean, unless I frickin' jump right now to another kingdom and it's going into KVK and then come back here, but I don't want to do that. Gorgo Charles, Gorgo Hera. Yeah, we'll see. We will soon see. You know, once we get the migrants in, we'll definitely kind of gauge where they're at with resources and speed ups and see when they're ready. I don't want to force people into a KVK. I mean, if we stay DC'd, and don't jump up to C seed. Yeah, I think we can probably register in that first pop. But if we're in that C seed range, I think we might need more time. But we'll talk about that once we get to that point. So I did get a purple inscription today that I put on. Where are you? Was it Hardy? No. Yeah, I think it was Hardy. My HQ is drastically lacking inscriptions. Got a hell of a lot of defense and a hell of a lot of health, but we need to get some more inscriptions on this guy. Right now we're a D seed. Last KVK we were a C seed. The KVK before that we were a C seed. A very low C seed. This KVK we lost some players, brought some new players in. Cleaned house of all the dead weights and zeroed a bunch of players who were not contributing at all. So, were we a DC last KVK, Hubs? I don't recall. We got 17 players coming in confirmed. I've got another interview tonight. I've got 2 more interviews on Thursday. If people are interested in migrating here, it's something we can certainly talk about. If you migrate here without permission, though, you will be zeroed. That includes if you buy an account and expect to stay here, you still have to go through that interview process. We do track stats. We don't have kill or dead requirements, but we do track stats. And drama gets you zeroed. Toxicity gets you zeroed. Just being an asshole gets you zeroed. It is not a democracy here. It is a dictatorship. A dictatorship run by myself and the outstanding R4 team that we have here. I've been in kingdoms with councils, and that has just been a shit show. Dracul, yes, Dracul is coming to 1029. Gumbo's coming to 1029. Everything gets you zero, that's right. We'd make room for you, Gosu. So, if it's something you're interested in, right now we're specifically seeking players in the Australian, New Zealand, Asian time zone. That's kind of our downtime. We'd like to get a good, I would say five players in that time zone that can assist in that downtime period. That would be much easier than scheduling sleeping times for our R4 team and for our bigger players. I would really prefer not to do a sleep schedule during KVK. Hey, Kim. It depends. I mean, the kingdom I was in that had a council, the council members were never active. They were never around. Whenever a vote was called for, they would have 24 hours to vote on something. Half of them wouldn't even vote. And it was a literal shit show. The kingdom, it just like your state government, your local government. Each alliance had to vote for one representative in their alliance to be on this council, and often it was a popularity contest and not for You know, the person that had the most game knowledge or that made the most sense or was the most diplomatic. I'm not saying that was me. You know, but it was an absolute clusterfuck. You know, they would have to vote, oh, do we zero this player? 2 KVKs in a row. They didn't get any kill points, didn't get any dead. Oh, no, that's our friend. Let's not zero him. But let's let him keep playing in the Ark of Osiris matches in the main alliance, because he needs those gold heads for those commanders that are sitting on his fucking bench that he never uses in KVK. But he's our friend. He may play eventually. Screw that. I do not know for sure when Kingsland opens. I think it's a day or so. What did I say that went against Belgians? Or was it something Hubs said? Hubs is from Belgium too, if I remember correctly. Well, he lives in Ireland now. Oh yeah, there's not just one guy that runs this. If I'm gonna be offline for a while, I'll pass King to Hubs or Captain or Mad Mania, or any one of our R4s can take King. Tomorrow at 15 UTC. Really, Joker was from Belgium. The old player in this kingdom. I played with another guy that was from Belgium. Oh my goodness, why can I not remember his name? That's right, Netherlands. I knew it was another small country in that general area of Europe. Well, yeah, we would give serious consideration to most applications from that area of the world. That doesn't mean we're not still recruiting people in Europe, America, South America, Russia, North Pole, Antarctica. I agree with that statement. I wouldn't call it a council, though. It's more like an advisory group, right? You need a good group who does the work and gives opinions to topics. Yeah, I often give my opinions to topics, and they tell me I'm stupid. Yeah, we got a fantastic team. Cerez is a Polish vodka 2-liter a day vodka drinking fun guy to hang out with, and he is on top. Whenever a flag burns, he's right there with the markers putting the time on there. Hubs is the spreadsheet king. He is sometimes sending me more spreadsheets for Rise of Kingdoms than I see in an entire week at work. Captain and Hubs do the territory. Noobzilla is an absolute monster on the field, does great with markers, helps out when other R4s aren't online. Same with Thunder and Smart Alpha. Mad Mania is our night shift king. When everybody else is in bed, Mad Mania and Classified are up holding the forts down. Solaris is our bilingual, multilingual translator for many of the alliances, and she seems to know absolutely everyone in this game. 2 liters a day. I'm not joking. 2 liters a day. What are the requirements to be allowed to go to clouds and it migrate out? So if you're not online for 30 days, your account goes into the clouds. It doesn't migrate anywhere. It's still in the kingdom, but it doesn't count as being in the kingdom. Does that make sense? Hub says that's why we need more Aussie Eastern so we can boot Mad Mania out. You're evil, Hubs. You are just evil. So as far as our KVK here, we won. We're in fire camp. Our allies are in water camp. We blocked Earth camp from getting into Kingsland day one. Water camp blocked wind camp from getting into Kingsland day one. So we had Kingsland all to ourselves. No fighting in Kingsland. We just built flags there. The unfortunate thing was we could not come to an agreement with the water camp as to who gets what rewards. So it was decided that a friendly fight will take place between water camp and fire camp beginning tomorrow at 12 UTC, lasting for 12 hours. The camp that pushes the other camp's flags the furthest will get the zig at the end, or forces the other team to surrender. The unfortunate thing is I have a busy ass day at work tomorrow, so I will not be there participating. So water are great allies, don't get me wrong. I wish we could have come to a diplomatic solution, but honestly, we both wanted the zig at the end. You know, we both put in a lot of work, a lot of hard work, took some serious losses as far as troops go, as far as resources go, and both camps deserve the zig at the end. You know, it's unfortunate that Lilith splits, and I could care less about the star. The star is just cosmetic. It's unfortunate that Lilith splits the Autric rewards in such a way where one camp gets 240 and another camp gets 30. There are definitely more than 30 deserving people in both the fire camp and in the water camp. So, you know, hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow. If we come out victorious and we get the zig at the end, fantastic. If we don't, I'm fine with that too. You know, it's been a fun KVK. It's been a great KVK. We've had some fantastic battles against Earth Camp. And, you know, sometimes you just got to let the chips fall where they may. Yeah, there are some terms for the friendly fight, right? It's taking place on the left half of Kingsland. No city rallies. If you take a flag down, so say Water Camp takes this fire flag down. If you take a flag down, all cities in that square have to port out. You cannot bring farms in and keep them bubbled, so the opponent cannot build flags. You know, so I mean, there's some terms to a friendly fight. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be swarm every city there, make them take deads, that type of thing. You know, we've all spent a lot of resources trying to get shit done, and I've got 5.4 million deads, and we didn't even fight in Kingsland. So, you know, it's been a good time. Now, Earth Camp came to us shortly after we got the level 7 pass and started pushing them back, and, you know, we do have a agreement with them. As long as they delete the flags that we need deleted to get where we need to go, then they can keep farming, they can keep barbing in Zone 6. We told them we were fine if they kept these 2 circles in Zone 6 as well. We just need this 4th circle for end KVK rewards. Whoever controls the zig at the end, whoever does not control the zig at the end, we'll need to grab 4 sanctuaries for some sanctuary rewards at the end of the KVK, which means, you know, we're going to be pushing into this zone with wind and with earth. Wind has said they do not wish to fight us. I think they are having some issues with the earth camp at this time, and, you know, Wind said is if we don't zero their cities and we don't attack their players, then you know, they're totally fine with us coming in and grabbing the sanctuary when we need it. So I think or with water camp going in and grabbing that sanctuary when they need it. So, you know, I think earth and wind are, have had some issues, and I'm not going to get in the middle of it. If those two start fighting, those two start fighting. You know, we have nothing in our agreements that we will defend Earth Camp. We have nothing in our agreements that we will defend Wind Camp. Our agreement with each of those camps is simply to cooperate when we need to get somewhere, and you can farm, you can barb, you know, whatever. It's at 12 UTC tomorrow, so little over 12, 13, 14 hours. Yeah, and, you know, just being honest here, right? It's not something that 1029 planned for. I know I joked about it on live streams after Earth Camp gave up, after we got them in this first zone. But once they started to fight again, it's like, yeah, okay, that's not something we can do. And we expended absolutely everything, our whales did anyway, in blocking them off from even getting into Kingsland. So, you know, I did not plan to take days off this week for fighting. Kingsland opened at 15 UTC or so on Saturday. I figured there would be one, at the most 2 days of fighting in Kingsland. If Earth and Wind got in there, there was no fighting in Kingsland. So, you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. Several of our players have other commitments, real life commitments, and, you know, I told the rest of PK they're under no obligations to go and fight. If they want to have some more fun, feel free to do so. But, you know, unfortunately, I won't be there. I don't think Captain will be there. Hubs won't be there. Noobzilla won't be there. And that's 4 of our Max Tech players. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I have not opened the new Armaments chest yet. We will open those at 21:45 UTC. I originally had the stream scheduled for 21:45, decided to go a little bit early with it. So I'm just wanting to make sure that everyone who wants to see it, who is planning on 21:45, is able to join the live stream before we open those. You think it's just a lot of posturing? And I don't know exactly what happened between Earth and Wind. I guess, you know, there have been some communication problems here and there within Earth Camp at times, I think. I believe they have a new Diplo person, at least one that I've been dealing with. So, you know, thus far they've cooperated with pretty much everything that we've asked them to do. So we're not attacking them. They're not attacking us. We're not attacking Wind, because Wind has said that they will clear a path if we need to get to this sanctuary. We definitely need a Hyron. 4 Hyrons at the end means a season coin. So, you know, we need that season coin, especially with the updates that Lilith is making to the KVK shop and future KVKs, where you can get multiple blueprints in each KVK. You know, a lot of people have criticized me for telling Earth Camp and telling Wind Camp that they're free to farm, they're free to barb in that Zone 6. Yeah, I get it. You know, I've been in KVKs where, and honestly, 1029 never asked for anything. If we lose a KVK, we're going to lose it with dignity. You know, we're not going to run to the winning kingdoms and say, oh, can we get this? Can we get that? Can we get this? That's just not how we operate. And I'm not saying that Earth and Wind did that. In the same respect, if we win a KVK, you know, we're going to see these kingdoms again in future KVKs. I would say probably a good 25% of the kingdoms in our existing KVK we have either been allied with or fought against in the past. I would rather make friends with those kingdoms than lifelong enemies, because you never know who you're going to see in your next KVK. You know, it's not like these A and Super Imperium kingdoms that can kind of all register at the same time so that they know who their matchup is going to be against. You know, when you're in a C and a DC kingdom and there's anywhere from 20 to 32 kingdoms in your KVK, chances are they're kingdoms that you've seen in the past. And if you can build bridges and make friendships, you know, it's better than having lifelong enemies. Hey, if you and Rise want to set up some friendly duels, feel free. Yeah, and, you know, I've had many people say, it's a war game. Why are we letting them do this? Yeah, it's a war game, but come on. You know, treat others how you would want to be treated. Let them lick their wounds. Let them recover. Let them lose with dignity. Let them lose with grace. It's all good. Let's be humble in a victory. Let's not be complete and total assholes. And, you know, if Lost Kingdom chat was completely toxic, this entire KVK, and people were insulting my wife, my daughter, my mother, things may be different, right? But it hasn't been. You know, for the most part, the Lost Kingdom chat has been very respectful between camps, kingdoms, and players. All right, if you're hanging out waiting for the Armaments chest, that will happen at 21:45 UTC, so a little less than 9 minutes or so. If you haven't done so yet, please smash that like button. Appreciate it greatly if you could do that. Also, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I know Apocalypse Gaming last night. I'm going to drop a link to his channel in here as well. Oops, nope. We're typing on the game and not in the chat. Apocalypse Gaming yesterday hit 5,000 subscribers. So congratulations to Apo. The ladies love the boom boom. For high energy streams, go and check out Apocalypse Gaming. I'm creeping my way up to 3,000. 1 or 2 subs a day, 1 or 2 subs at a time. I'm fine with that. This is not a business for me. I do this for fun. But once we hit 3,000 subs, Electro King himself has promised to make a profile picture for somebody. So we will do a giveaway once we hit 3,000 subs. Hubs, when the fighting is over and you're not a dick, I don't care what you do after, as long as you don't enter Kingsland. But I only care about the main fights. When that's over, I'm on holidays. Yeah, your wife has put you on holidays. You want to see my stats? Sure. We hit 15 billion kill points this KVK. Crossed the 70 million deads this KVK. I think the stat I'm most proud of, though, is 263,798 alliance helps. It's rare that I see anyone over 200,000. So I think that's probably what I'm most proud of right there. That shows I'm active. That shows I'm online a lot. And I'm smashing that help button for the kingdom and for the allies here. Highest power 192,677. Right now we are at 92,699. So I'm about 100 million below my highest power ever. Yeah, is that the one with 2489 in blue over the city? That's pretty sick. Am I doing Zenith? I was planning to do Zenith. If it was an archer skin. The fact that it's 12% attack, and don't get me wrong, 12% attack globally is a good stat. The fact is that skin also has a negative 10% archer defense. When I run 3 archers on the field, I can't be sacrificing that archer defense, 10% defense for 12% attack. You know, if I want archer attack, I've got a 15% archer attack skin already. So It's probably a Zenith I'll be skipping, which is fine. I can save my speed ups for a future Zenith, hopefully. There's still a cap on helps, yes, Sam. They're just playing with each other here. There's nothing serious going on. If it was 15% archer health, I would be going for it. Absolutely. I'm not good at math. I can't do the math off the top of my head, but this is where we sit. And I had a whole bunch more training speed ups in here, but I trained a couple 50,000s the other day just to be able to field 2 archer marches again. Just started playing again. Welcome back. I'm glad you had prior experience playing the game, because I don't know if I was a new player just starting this game today with equipment and armaments and 101 different commanders, different levels to the equipment, now different levels of inscriptions on armaments. Man, I think it would be too much to learn and too much to micromanage, and I would probably just delete the game and walk away. You know, nothing against new players, but if you're just starting this game out, just get a feel for the game. You know, don't drop boatloads of cash in the game to begin with. Just get a feel for the game. Make sure you like it. If you do, you know, I can't give out buy-sell websites here, but just look on Facebook, look on Discord. There's a ton of accounts for sale out there. Very good accounts at very reasonable prices. So, you know, before you go dropping $1, $2, $3 grand on a brand new account, just get a feel for the game. Make sure it's something you like, and then I'm sure you can find an account with great stuff on it. Who do I think will win Kingsland? So you could hold a gun in my head, and I'd probably change my answer every single time. I think it's going to be a very good fight in Kingsland. The advantage that 1093 has is that they control 1, 2, 3, 4 passes into Kingsland. 1960 has 2. Plus, 93 can jump the wall here, potentially here, right? So, you know, 1093 is going to be coming in. You know, they're probably in the first several hours, they're probably going to have a good 2/3 of this Kingsland, and 90 years to 1960 is going to have to work for every inch. You know, in the same respect, once Kingsland opens, 2605 is the X factor. If they start pushing 960 on the backside, I mean, there's a ton of flags that they can burn here before they can do any serious damage. But if it gets to a point where 1605 is closing in on some of these holy sites that are given 1960 buffs that they need for fighting, and 1960 has to come back and deal with that, could get interesting. You know, I've said a couple of times on a couple of different streams that the only way I think you beat 960 is to spread their forces out. We know they can hold 1, 2, 3 fronts at a time. But can they hold 4, 5, 6 fronts at a time if you're bringing large groups of players from kingdoms like 2605 or 1093? If 1960 is having a fight down here, in the middle here, up here, and having to fight for these holy sites against 2605, that's spreading 150, 200 players pretty damn thin. Now, granted, those are all Max Tech players with 7 marches, but that's still spreading those players pretty damn thin. Where can you buy an account? So I've seen several different Discords. There's several different Facebook pages. I would suggest that you check references before you use a middleman to buy an account. I'm sure there are scammers out there, but I know several people that have purchased accounts or sold accounts, and it all went smoothly for them. I'm not saying it'll go smoothly for you, and I cannot give out links to those places, but yeah. Just do some searching. I'm sure you'll find it. Pete Rock says the G4s will win. Time for armaments. Yes, sir. It's time for armaments. So what do we need, right? There's my first archer march. There's my wedge formation for my cavalry march. This is arch formation for my Gorgo, my garrison, my first infantry march. This is the second archer march. This is the second infantry march. This is the third archer march, right? I don't use Trajan in the field anymore. He's just for Canyon. I think I'm going for wedge still. The only arch formation I use is on Gorgo or Lucci, and I can change that stuff back and forth. There you go. Cheech, thank you. If you search for Legend Roni videos, probably about 3 years old, he's got a place that he used. So or do we do circle? Or to studio? I don't think so. I think we do wedge. And most of these I'm just recycling. The purple ones anyway. We want to see the gold. We want to see these, but with inscriptions on. Woohoo! Triple stat siege. That archer health is nice, but... Alright, so 8 is a lucky number in China. Let's start 8 at a time. V formation. .2 and 3.4, that's not bad. Not a single inscription. .7 and 3. What's up, Ivor? I'll bulk recycle. Don't worry. Oh, hey, fantastic. Gold, troop load, barbarians. Love it, love it. Let's elite. Ooh, look at that. An extra 1% extra damage. That, oh, Wow. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Deals direct damage or range damage. 30% chance to deal extra direct damage, range damage. Damage factor to the target of 100. That's not a huge damage factor, but 3.5 attack, 3.1 defense, 3 health. That's pretty freaking good if you ask me. 3.1 cav attack, 3.5 cav defense, 2.5 cav health. That's pretty damn good also. It took to our last opening to get several nice ones. Hunter on that and it's good. Yeah, right? So now is when I do the bulk recycling, right here. Because I lock down all the ones that I want to keep. So none of the new rare stuff. I think I locked down, what, 4 total armaments out of, I don't freaking know how many. So learn your lesson, folks. Just stick to traveling. don't. And this now, you saw you can put preferred formations up here as well, right? Because yeah, that was a waste of bundles right there. That was a waste of bundles for sure. I'm not gonna put them on anything right now because I'm just gonna go cry in a corner for a little bit. Oh yeah, let's get that transmutation stone before I forget, right? Surprised not one rare inscription? I'm not. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. You did it for content. I'm not gonna make that money back in content on this one stream. Oh, but yeah, I just wanted to see what it was all about, what we would get. Oh no, that's on my city, just to remind people. This MGE, because we've been fighting, right? So this MGE, we have, if I can find the damn email. See, I sent out a reminder. It's MGE. Watch what you're doing. This MGE we are treating as a cavalry MGE. Well, Jiminy Crickets, where the hell's the damn email? There we go. So normally first place gets right under 20 million points. Second place, 19, 18, 17, 16, so on and so forth. But because I did not want people to blow through resources in Mightiest Governors, and we're treating this like a cavalry MG, so all these players on top, the top 6 anyway, think Noobzilla is still working on cavalry. I could be wrong. Are working on cavalry commanders. We gotta get 11th through 15th. All need between 5 million points and 5.5 million points. Then Hubs has to get just under 6 million. Lambo just under 6 million. 8th, 9th, and 10th have the same rewards. Noobzilla just under 6.5 million. So every MG, I just put up a reminder to watch your points. That way nobody can say, oh, you didn't tell me. I'm not saying Lapu Lapu is trash. I'm just saying our KVK is done. We're not going to be random teleporting cities into a Zone 5 and needing him as a garrison commander. Right now we are a D seed kingdom. We're looking to move up to C seed for the next KVK. Lambo went rogue. He always breaks the MG. Yeah. Can you name one time where I've broken the MG limit? I mean, we don't want people going crazy in MGE or in gold head events. We want them to conserve as many resources and as many speed ups as they can for KVK. Our gold head events, we arrange those too, first and second place. If you get first place and the base rewards are, say, 500,000 points and you want first place, we just ask that you double the base rewards and get 1 million points. So that the second place person can come in behind you and there's enough room for anyone else who wants base rewards. We let people have a first and a second place finish once every 3 months. So every 3 months, people are getting 30 gold heads with minimal investment into those gold head events. Someone in your kingdom went rogue and is holding 2 shells hostage. Sounds like it's time to get out of that kingdom, Dracul. Oh, wait, you are. You're coming at 1029. That's right. December 8th, 2022 is when Lambo stole an MG. Okay. That was not what I said, Captain. I did not even talk about Mad Mania's mug on this stream. Thank you. Every now and then we'll have a player that will attempt to push in a gold head event. It's very rare that they try and go crazy in an MGE event. So in a gold head event, if there's an undesirable that's pushing right at the end, then all bets are off. Those first and second place finishes, they'll get them the next MGE, and one of our whales will push ahead of the rogue player in the gold head event to make sure that they don't get those 20 goldies. But for the most part, every single player who causes trouble gets banished into the upper left-hand zone. And the only people that they have to kill or to fight are the other players who are troublemakers. And really, honestly, there's only about 2 or 3 that are still causing trouble from time to time. Maybe once every 4 months, 5 months. One of them will try and push in a gold head event. So players know in MG as well, if they wanna zero players, or when we come back from KVK, if we want to zero players and take their resources, those players would be in these alliances, the food alliances, zero at will. Any players in these alliances are fair game. Go zero them whenever the hell you want. Any players without tags in the upper left-hand zone, as long as it's not, say, a Lambo Farm 7, if it's blatantly obvious that it's a main player's account, don't touch it. But the upper left-hand zone is the banishment zone. 6093 is looking about the same as it has yesterday. It's taken 3 years to get us to this point where we're organized like this, No Name. I mean, every single alliance that has... Oh, I guess this is the KVK map. That won't really show you. Lost Temple 1029. There we go. Every single alliance that has territory in our home kingdom is controlled by one of our players. See, that's Cerez. He's an R4 in the main alliance. This should be Hubs. Oh, Cerez has this one too, it looks like. This is Hubsy's Angels alliance, though. One of my farms is R5 and PKG. Another one of my farms is R5 and 29 PK. So every single alliance that you see on this map that has territory is controlled by one of our active R4s or other players in the alliance. I think Classified still has at PK. Yeah. And if we see some rogue alliance dropping a fort somewhere, we are within a few flags of touching every blank space in here, and we'll just go and take out that fort while it's building. Again, most of our undesirable players, we banish them to Palo Alto, this upper left-hand zone, and we tell our players and our farms just to stay the fuck out of there. The last time a rogue caused any issue was on 8/4/2023. I mean, we once MF left, once MF quit the game and his account went to Fluffy Pony and that account went to 2605. You know, we had a couple players that kind of tested what they could get away with, but they learned pretty damn quick that just because MF is gone, that doesn't mean there aren't other players here that can do just as much damage to them as he did. Oh, I love that. I don't love the 3,000 gems it costs to banish somebody, but yeah, it's fantastic that you can get them up in that zone and they can't get out. Now, you got to make sure that all the alliances that have passes going into that zone are locked down and controlled as well. You know, they're not free to join alliances. That's the problem we had in a prior kingdom is, you know, they would end up in a zone like that, get kicked out of an alliance, and then they'd just join another alliance that was free to join, and they'd port wherever the fuck they wanted. I see it. You know, they call us dictators. I've been called Hitler in the past. It's all good. You know, we have a few players that just absolutely refuse to leave the kingdom. No, this is my kingdom more than it is yours. I started my account here. You're not the rightful king, this type of thing. It's like, you know what? Fuck you. Then sit in the upper left-hand zone and farm your ass off. Marches and equipment. We can sure do that. So my marches have changed a little bit for this KVK simply because I ran out of archers. So I've trained back to archers, so I have 2 archer marches, but we run Boudica YSG, AoE damage on YSG, I still love it. ZL Herman, Gorgo Lucci. Oh, you wanted to see equipment as well, right? This is my second archer march. This is my best archer equipment. Level 3, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 4, level 4, level 2, level 4. This is my number 1 infantry set. Level 2, level 3, level 3, level 4, level 3. Gorgolucci does fantastic in the field as well, guys. It does better than I thought it would. Nevsky William. That's my Nevsky equipment. And then again, I'm running... Did we do HQ Joan? No, there's HQ Joan. Not the best of the best here, but... then we got Tariq Sargon. Juan Scipio. Now we're getting into the purple equipment, right? XY Nevsky. Again, more purple equipment. So I'm going to drop a link to Only Farmer in the chat for me. Rallies, Nevsky Justin. ZL Ash. ZL Tariq. So I have an artifact for Tariq that will make him archers. So all of his stats then become archer stats. We tried that a few times in KVK. Ash Tariq. Garrison is Gorg O'Hara. This is for forts in KVK. This is for forts in Home Kingdom. There's the Nevsky Joan if I want to just one-run cavalry. This is the Speed March with T1s, grabbing runes, grabbing obelisks, that type of thing. And that's barb chaining. Zero Bloody Bandits should be the link. So as far as commanders go, I have got everything that a player would need. The commanders I do not have expertise at the moment are Babur, Margaret, Bertrand, Lubu, Charlemagne, Suleiman, Wu Zetian, and then Gaja. We will get an unlock for Lapu Lapu in this MGE, and we will probably only spin the wheel to 10 for Gonzalo. I'm assuming he's on the wheel anyway. No, classified? No, he ain't taking a break. You need Bertrand? He's the only cavalry guy I don't have. So I do want to finish him at some point in time, but these stupid new commanders keep coming out so damn quickly that whenever there's a cavalry MG, it seems like there's a new commander in there. And I'll be honest, right? That's one of the benefits of playing in a lower seed kingdom. And there's a lot of 1029 players in the chat who can tell you I don't give myself first place every MGE. Archer MGE, you're damn right I'm taking a first place. But when Ash came out, I took a first, I took a second, and I took a third. We had two other players that also got a first, a second, and a third. You know, so it's not like I'm being a complete and total asshat and taking every single MGE out there. Wu is good for Garrison in what? KVK 2? KVK 3? After that, she just doesn't hold up well. You killed like 3 or 4 million troops classified, if I remember correctly. Well, when you... No, you can't use Wu in KVK. Oh, that's right. She's a KVK2 winning side's commander, right? What's up, Peyton? Thank you. I appreciate your kind words there. Yeah, El Cid's got the versatility tree, so... my El Cid, the only time I use El Cid is when I need a 6th or 7th March gathering, right? Where the hell are you, El Cid? There we go. So right there, that's why it auto-selects El Cid for gathering. But I have tried to set him up in such a way where I've got March speed emphasized for El Cid, because I will use him to fill flags or fill rallies if it's Archer, Garrison, or Rally. Yeah, that makes sense. Now that you can use SOC commanders in KVK3, she's pretty useless, even with her museum artifact. I really wish. Now I don't know if you guys saw this, but we got a Mandatory and Gilgamesh in the daily shop. I really wish I mean, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this right now. If they put Wu in here, or they put any of those commanders that I don't have expertise in there, I'd buy it every day. Wu Zetian, hell, even Lubu, just to finish off the collection, right? Seem to not be able to lose infantry. Well, all we did this KVK was archer rallies and cavalry rallies. I think Noobzilla launched a couple infantry rallies, but it was mainly archers. And that one frickin' rally that lasted an hour. Oh yeah, I didn't save his reports. I don't think I got in his rally, but yeah, he had a couple crazy frickin' infantry rallies. Yeah, I think they're in here somewhere, Kim. I've got so many. I gotta really clean this up. Yeah, I remember seeing them come through, but they're in there somewhere, I'm sure. Past you? Neither black. There we go. So yeah, this was left side. The defenders here are our allies' water camp. The right side is earth camp, or excuse me, wind camp. And And this was a triple rally, you said? Yeah, I know we did frickin' double rallies for like 5 hours straight against the Earth Camp when they had the pass. It was just crazy. I mean, a pass is should be relatively easy to hold if you're managing the troops that are in there, right? Kicking out low marches so you never hit that 100 player limit. If you're able to rotate garrison captains in and out, a pass should be relatively easy to hold even against, triple rallies. You can send counter rallies against the rallies. You can swarm down the rallies as well if they're starting to hurt you. When Gorgo first came out, we could not crack it. We could not crack through the pass in our last KVK. It was god-awful. My favorite commander is YSG. And then this is just badass right here. How many deaths do I have this KVK? No, not 8 million. 5.4. And really, you cannot count 100,000 of those. So here is Noobzilla's best one. Tariq Ash, and he had the infantry artifact on Ash against Gorgo Hera. That's just freaking crazy right there. I think somebody else was tanking that. Don't quote me on it though. We sent so many rallies at that pass. But that's just insane. 268,000 deaths to 1 million deaths. 19 million kill points to 4 million kill points. Noobzilla is a friggin' monster. Favorite purple commander? I've never given it much thought. I think the one I probably use most often is Lohar when I'm barbing. We got, what is it, 17 players coming in, Hubs? Yeah, 17 players ranging in power from 53 million all the way up to 116 million. We have players with kill points anywhere from 108 million kill points, which I know is not a lot, but it's a good guy. All the way up to 7.1 billion kill points, ranging in deads anywhere from 7 million all the way up to 27.9 million. I would say the average kill points of the players coming in is, well, no, I can't average it because I have M's and B's there. But just kind of eyeballing it, I'd say the average kill points of the players coming in is right around 2.2, 2.4 billion. The average deads of the players coming in is right around, I would say 15, 16 million. So we have some space left for some players who want to join the kingdom. Hit me up on Discord. All right, let me slide the fight over here a little bit. We'll put our recruiting poster up here. We have fixed MGs and gold head events. I want to warn you in advance, we have a highly aggressive playstyle. Doesn't matter what zone, we swarm everything. We run events at 1730 UTC like Croc Bosses, so on and so forth. Do Arc in the main alliance on Sundays at 14 UTC. We do not do Arc League. So for those looking for an Arc League team, not here. You know, what we want though, is smart players who understand the game. I do not need to spend KVK telling somebody, no, we cannot attack that flag. We do not border that flag. Right? You know, if you don't know the basic game mechanics, you should not be migrating to an older kingdom like 1029. Everyone who comes here, you know, they got to be able to sustain themselves. Have farms, farm their resources. Make sure they have those resources available for fights. Got to be able to follow markers. We're an objective-based kingdom, not chase kill points. If you're off chasing easy kills and we're all swarming down a flag, I'm going to call your ass out on Discord. Period. We want mature individuals. We don't tolerate toxic behavior or drama. Communication and activity is a must. We do require a voice interview on Discord. The most important thing to me is a person's character. It's not necessarily their kills and their deaths. That tells you a little bit about the person, but with the number of accounts being bought and sold these days, I like to get on Discord. I like to talk to each and every person that wants to come here. Now, you know, if you're in Kingdom 3240, and I'm just pulling that number out of thin air, and you've got a 9 or 10 million account, migrating all the way back to 1029 is probably not a good choice for you, and you should just sit there and grow with people of your own power for a while. And there are players that like that I've had to turn away. Who is my favorite rock YouTuber? I really enjoy watching Redline and Apocalypse Gaming. What's up, Jared? That's not bad for 6 months, Green Ranger, but yeah, with that power level and that City Hall level, you wouldn't even be in KVK in Season of Conquest. It's City Hall 25. So, if joining 1029 in the future is something that you wish to do, we can certainly talk when you grow that account more, and have some more experience in the game. What's up, Lee? Pete Weber's infamous quote, "Who do you think you are? I am." Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're just coming out of KVK 3, you're not going to have Season of Conquest equipment on your commanders. You're just going to be getting armaments. I would do at least 3 Season of Conquest KVKs before you start thinking about migrating backwards to an older kingdom. Players in older kingdoms will... How do I phrase this? Well, I'll just say it, right? I'm not one for sugarcoating words. If you're just coming out of KVK 3 or KVK 2 and you want to come to a Season of Conquest kingdom, your ass is going to get handed to you. There's just that big a difference. Especially if you're a native player to a KVK 2 or KVK 3, and in the same kingdom you were born in. So yeah, I would say KVK 6 at the earliest, if you're interested in migrating to older Season of Conquest kingdom. You Apocalypse Gaming, Avor, that guy, I forgot his name, but he was against Boom Boom. Plato. And the Malaysian girl she pilots in 1960, is that Only Farmer? Avor is still hanging out here. We're going to drop a link to his chat, or his channel in chat as well again. He's just getting started as a YouTuber, guys. So, go and subscribe to his channel. You want to relive the early KVK experiences, you can relive it through him. Yeah, Peyton, you are correct. Your first Season of Conquest, you're matched against similar aged kingdoms. And that's probably a good thing. I know our first couple Season of Conquest as a D-seed kingdom, we went against kingdoms in the 24-2500 range, and it was an absolute slobber knocker. I mean, they got slapped like a redheaded stepchild. Is that Ihara? Okay. Only Farmer's still hanging out here, just lurking. You guys see me on everybody's streams, and that's because when I'm just playing the game, it can get kind of boring and it can get kind of monotonous, right? So you got to stay entertained. Who is winning? Nobody's winning this KVK yet. They're battling it, not necessarily battling at the past 7. There's just some fights at past 7. We won't know who wins until Kingsland comes. But if you guys were here to see me open those new armaments chests, 4. We got 4 armaments that we actually saved. 4 out of 60. Not good numbers. You're always chaining barbs, though, Only Farmer. Always. I can only do that for a period of time, and then my brain goes numb and I can't think anymore. That should be just about perfect to have my AP back by the time Croc Bosses pop it. Reset tonight. That's a good question, low-key. That's a very good question. Because Kingsland, 93 controls 4 passes. 1960 controls 2. Based on how the territory is currently set up, I would guess 93 is going to flag straight down as quick as they can. I think they would prefer to meet 1960 in this open area here rather than have to go back and forth across a river. Right, so they're going to jump these mountains here, I'm sure. Now, it'll take them time to get over there from this pass 8, so that's going to be their challenge. But I think once territory is kind of established in Kingsland, I think the line will probably be somewhere in this area here. Straight down through the N. Now, I'm sure 93 will have a little bit over in this area here because they can come straight through this pass and start heading this way. They might still have a little bit up here from jumping the mountains, but they're going to have a significant chunk of territory in Kingsland, and they'll be able to potentially have more cities in Kingsland to support the fight than 960 will. Because if you look at Kingsland, right, the problem with Kingsland when it first opens is all these resource nodes. You can kill the barbarians, but all these resource nodes. So even if you build a flag on a block, even if you build a flag on a tile, you can maybe port in 1 or 2 cities because of all the damn resource nodes. Now, does 960 care? No, they'll probably have 100 people random teleporting. And that would be, random teleport. Try and get 3 or 4 whales by each of these passes so that they can slow down 93's flag build. But I think we've seen in this KVK, 93's not scared to rally whales. So it's going to make Kingsland very, very interesting when it opens. I'm tired of chaining. I did it for 15. Yeah, you're like me. You're like me. If I see a group of 3 or 4 barbs near my city, I'll go out and I'll hit all 3 of them with the AoE march. No problem. But to run around the map for hours and hours with 3 or 4 marches chaining, yeah. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. Peyton's saying when 960 and 1093 start in Kingsland, the other camps are going to... So, yeah, I mean, I would assume that the G4s will try and put some pressure on 93, but, 93's got pretty much this entire zone here. You know, 2605 is probably going to try and come through the back door here with 1960. But there's a lot of territory here that 2605 or the G4s on this side can burn through before they get to something significant. Now, I'm sure 93 will want to keep this, right? March speed 10%. I'm sure 1960 will want to do the same thing over here and keep all these holy sites. AP recovery 20%, not such a big deal. Healing speed 30%. Hospital capacity 10%. I think once you see 2605 begin to push into these holy sites and threaten these buffs that 1960 has, I think you will see them completely ignore 2605 until they get to a point where 2605 might start losing some of these holy sites and some of these buffs. Troop defense 5%. And I would say the same thing about 1093 over here. Unless the G4s can make a significant push to threaten some of these buffs that they have with the holy sites, they're just going to ignore them and fight 960 in Kingsland. Kingsland opens in tomorrow, I think somebody said. Jared's predicting 960 won't even be able to touch the Zig. How much power did I lose? My highest ever is 190 million. This KVK, I lost 50 million. Terminator, my apologies there. I do not know 1903 from 2359. So I cannot give, I cannot even give any sort of educated guess on that. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Classified. 93 is not afraid to rally whales. But if they're, you know, if 960 does a whole bunch of random teleports into Kingsland, and 93 is preoccupied with rallying those cities, that's going to be less people that they have on the field over here. So those random teleporters will be doing their job. They'll be keeping marches occupied on one side of the field while the fights are taking place on the other side of the field. So it's going to be fun to watch. It will be fun to watch. 1903 because they have a 19 in it. Facts. You're crazy, Hubs. You're crazy. But I can hear my wife getting the plates out for dinner, and my stomach is rumbling. Unfortunately, I do not see anyone currently streaming at the present time. I see Jake streaming Overwatch. That's it. So if you are interested in watching Jake practice with his team, he plays on a competitive team for his college. If you're interested in watching Jake practice with his team for Overwatch for their Star League, we're going to get you over there. At least say hi to Jake. Drop a quick thumbs up on his stream. Hashtag Lambo Raid when you get there. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. I'm sorry we got wrecked on Armaments. Trust me, nobody's more sorry about that than I am. We'll be back probably tomorrow sometime. Maybe some more spectating at 1093, 1960. If there are bigger fights going on than we saw today. I assume there will be if Kingsland does open tomorrow. In the meantime, I wish you all the best. Be happy, healthy. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Thank you.